Hi. Okay, so I want to go through the morning routines with you, the self practices that the cleanse program recommends that you do on waking, and also that Ayurveda recommends that we, integrate into our daily routines ongoing also. So also I'm going to teach you or give recommendations how to set it up so that it's not so time consuming in the morning, because this is the feedback that I get often that, oh, I don't have time to do it. I've got to get the kids ready for school, or I have to rush off to work. I don't have an extra, there's a pan in my throat. I don't have an extra 15, 20 minutes to, do Dinacharya. So I think it does take 15 minutes if we set up properly and prepare everything the night before. Okay, so it's the case like everything. Once you get into the habit of it, it's easy. It's not a big deal at all, and it's something you really benefit from. So Dinacharya translates as daily routine, and it's about nourishing and strengthening and cleansing the senses. So let's go through it as if, we've just woken up. And the first part of the routine is to go to sit on the toilet. Okay, so as you begin to eat and live according to the seasons and according to your constitutional type, your prakriti, as Ayurveda recommends, then you'll find your digestion will improve and your elimination will improve also. So that as nature intended on waking, we open the bowel. But even the act of just sitting on the toilet when you wake up is kind of training the body, preparing the body for this. So do that. And then having your bathroom, your tongue cleaner, your tongue scraper. I like a copper one because it's antimicrobial copper. And you just take your tongue out and you scrape down maybe 7 times and then rinse underneath the tap. Okay. All right. Next step. So actually I prepare the next things that we're going to do. I do prepare them in advance, and I prepare them to last me a few days. This saves me time. So after scraping the tongue, we get rid this way of the toxins that have accumulated through the night. So the belly throws off toxicity in the night as part of the body's rejuvenative processes. And Ayurveda is teaching us, that's that coating on the tongue. We don't want to swallow that. We don't want to put it back in the system. So this is the nice act, the benefit of tongue cleansing is supporting our whole cleansing process and our, endeavors to support our health ongoing. So after tongue cleansing, I want to rinse the mouth. So there are various options for this. I like to use a triple of water. So here's my triple of water. And what I do is the night before, I'll soak a teaspoon of triphala powder in some filtered water, purified water. And then I cover it like this with a little saucer, and I leave it to steep overnight. And then the next morning, with like a fine cotton cloth, like a napkin or a clean white handkerchief or a piece of muslin cloth, I strain the triphala. Okay, so you get the powder out, you can discard the powder. And this is my filtered triphala water. So then it will last me a few days. Okay, so I take a swig and you swish. Okay, so you want to swish in the mouth, throw the head back, gargle, swish in the mouth. Okay, and then you can, after you've swished and gargled and swished, spit the triphala water out. An alternative, or sometimes I like to do it as well as, is oil pulling. So you take, I keep with my Dinacharya things, I keep a small amount of sesame oil always in a jar. So I can use it for the nourishing, replenishing part of the Dinacharyas that we're coming to, and also for this oil pulling. So if you're on the cleanse program, I will send you some information about the benefits of oil pulling. It's really good for supporting the body's detoxification processes. You take a teaspoon and then you put it in the mouth and you swish it around the mouth until, through its action with your saliva, it's like the liquid expands, the oil breaks down, becomes thinner in the mouth, it mixes with the saliva, and ultimately your mouth is filled with liquid. At that point, you spit it out, okay? And I use sesame oil. Cold pressed organic sesame oil is recommended. Some people use coconut oil, but I like the sesame. It's already liquid, and it's very nourishing for the gums, and it's antibacterial for the gums and for the mouth. So this is a really beneficial practice to do as well. So there's the mouth cleansing and supporting of the whole interior of your mouth, your gums, your teeth. And then we can come to also with the triple of water, cleansing the eyes. So I will make a little well with my hand. You can use an eye bath, a plastic eye bath, but I prefer to use my hand. You make a little well with your hand, pour some triple of water in, and lean over the sink and just cup your eye with the triple of water and blink into the water. Okay, pour it away, do the other side. Okay, lean into the water, blink, and then come out. It does sting a little bit in the beginning, but it apparently, triple of water has fantastic cleansing effects on the eyes. It can relieve eye strain, and I believe it's even been proven to be beneficial in the treatment of cataracts, but that I need to look up and check up on that. I haven't really researched it properly, but I've just seen little bits about it. Very nice, makes your eyes feel fresh and bright. And then also, so these you can do every day, okay? And then we have the use of the neti pot. This is a neti pot for nasal cleansing. Really good for cleansing the sinuses. Though I would say if you tend sometimes towards infection in the nostrils, at any time that you have infection, I think it's better not to do this because it can spread. You can spread it from one nostril to the other, okay? So, but if there's congestion in the nostrils, it's really nice for clearing congestion in the sinuses. So I think I might actually demonstrate this one. You do it in saline water. For the saline water, I use a rock salt, fine ground, or Himalayan salt with nothing else added, no iodized salt, nothing like that, pure organic salt. And in a liter jug like this, I'll put 2 level teaspoons. And then okay, I lost you for a moment. And then so 2 level teaspoons, and then I add a liter of water, okay, or 32 ounces of water. Cover it with a saucer, okay, and then it's there for me for the week. The nasal cleansing is quite drying, so we would only do it maybe 3 times a week, 2 times a week. But on retreat, I like to do it daily. So when I do the cleanse, I like to do it daily, okay. So this is how it works, and then I realize I don't have hot water because, so maybe I won't actually do it, but I'll show you the angle of the head. So I'll put the saline water in there, and then I just top up with a little hot water, a little boiled water, not from the tap, purified water. Okay, we don't want to use tap water for this, by the way. I use a reverse osmosis filter, which gets the fluoride out of the water. And boiled water you can use when it's cool, but even that is not getting everything out of the water. So if you can have a real pure filtration system in your home, that's the ideal, isn't it? For our health, not only for neti, but for our health in general. So I will top it up until the water is tepid, okay? If you do it with cold saline water, it's going to be really uncomfortable. It kind of burns. And then, of course, if it's too hot. Also, if we don't have the right amount of salt in, the saline solution isn't correct, then also it can be uncomfortable. So when we have these things in place, it's actually a really lovely practice. And I'm not going to show you because the water's cold. I'd hope to show you, but I forgot to turn the kettle on. So I would take the bowl, so as I'm doing it over the sink, it would be like this. And you hold it to one nostril, okay? And then I tip my head the other way. So it's like it will come out of the left nostril like that, okay? So you tip your head and you slightly lift your chin, okay? And then it will flow out similar to that, even though it wasn't going out on those, it was running out. But I think you get the idea. Maybe I'll show you again. Okay, so tilt the head and then lift the chin slightly so it goes into the next nostril and it runs down. Okay, so the water's going to come up this one and flow out, go up the right and flow out through the left. I hope that's clear. It's not ideal because I couldn't actually show you, I'm sorry. But I think you get the picture. All right, and if I'd used it, okay, I had to throw it away if I hadn't. And I use the whole pot actually. Do maybe 20 seconds on one side, 20 seconds on the other side, and then blow the nose. And even put the head down and shake the head. Tip your head upside down and shake the head and then blow, because water can get trapped in the sinuses and then you're in the middle of some activity in the day and you've got water streaming out your nose and everyone wonders what you've been up to. So we've done that. We've prepared the saline water before. That will last you through the week. We've prepared the Triphala water. That will last 2 or 3 days. The Triphala water, when it starts to go up, you'll see like a sediment in the bottom. I change my water at that point and change it. Okay, so I don't leave that for too long. All right. And so we've cleansed everything. And then we want to nourish. And we nourish through oil, through snehan, oil application. So I would take having done the Triphala in the eyes, I'd take a little ghee and put it on my spoon like that. And then I hold the spoon over the kettle. All right, just over here, like this, over the spout, a little in front of it so it doesn't drip oil into the kettle. And then I put the kettle on, and once the steam's coming, so already have boiled your water so you're not standing like this for ages. And then you kind of boil the water up again, the steam comes, and it heats the oil a little bit. So you don't put cold oil in your nose, in your cold ghee in your eyes. It melts the ghee for you. And then you put a little on one fingertip, put it in the corner of the eye, a little on the other fingertip, put it in the corner of the eye, and just blink a little bit, move your eyes side to side and around. Okay, it's really lovely in the eyes. And then I clean the spoon. Okay, and then I go to my little jar of oil. So we don't ghee in the nose, ghee in the eyes, sesame oil in the nose. Okay, and I'll take just a little drop again on the spoon with the oil, just a little bit, like not even half a teaspoon. And same thing, I'm going to turn the kettle on, just hold the spoon a little in front of the spout of the kettle so that the water warms, the oil warms through the steam. And then when that's done, I'm going to put my fingertip, little finger, into the oil, and then you just put your finger inside the nose and just oil around the inside of the nose. I do a different finger for each nostril so as not to spread infection. Okay, and then you will clean your fingers on the tissue, on the bit of tissue, and then we want to oil the ears. The same thing, you can dip your finger in the oil and then oil around the form of your ear. Okay, it's very nice. And we have all these little pressure points in the ear. Okay, and then when you've done, you just clean your spoon, get the excess oil off. So what have we done? We've cleaned the tongue. First we sit on the loop, then we clean the tongue, and then we cleanse the mouth with the Triphala water and or the oil pulling with the cold pressed sesame oil. Okay, and then also we want to wash the eyes with the Triphala water, the strange Triphala water, of course, and then we pat the eyes dry. Okay, and then maybe every other day or twice a week we'll do the nasal cleansing with the saline solution, tepid temperature, in one nostril, pour it, tilt the head and lift the chin a little bit, and the water comes out through the other nostril. And the same, mouth is open so you breathe, tilt the head, lift the chin a little bit, and it will come out through the other nostril. Okay, and then clean the end of your neti pot. So we've cleansed everything, and then we want to nourish. We nourish through lubricating, and that strengthens. So you put a little ghee, remember, on your spoon. You melt it over the spout of the, or you warm it and melt it over the spout of the kettle, which is already boiled, and you put a little in each eye. And then ghee, actually, you can reheat ghee. So you can put any that's left on your spoon, you can put back in your pot of ghee. But the oil you don't want to reheat. That's why I got rid of the oil on the spoon with the tissue. So, but the next thing would be, right, the oiling of the nose and the ears by putting a little oil, sesame oil on the spoon, warming it, and then putting it around the ears and inside the nose. The final step, which I'm not going to demonstrate, is to oil the whole body. So you can take, actually this is about right, about that much oil or maybe a little bit more, depending on how dry or oily your skin is. You take about this much in a pot and you stand it in a bowl of boiling water to warm, or some of you might like to get a baby bottle warmer and keep that in near your bathroom. And you just put the pot in there and the oil heats. And we apply the warm oil to the body. Working from the feet up, we do circular movements around the joints, so around the round bones, and then long movements working towards the heart ultimately, okay, and around the joint again. So long movements on the long bones. We work from the feet up, left leg, right leg. On the belly, we're doing circular movements in a clockwise direction, and women around the area of the reproductive organs in the lower belly, you can really, particularly as we get older, we can be quite generous with the oil here. Oil on the lower back and the hips and around the breasts, you can massage with the oil, okay, and across the chest, the arms, and even the face, okay. We don't have to do the head every day because then it becomes a little bit, it means we've got to shampoo the hair every day. And then you put a dressing gown on, put an old dressing gown on, or old pajamas or tracksuit bottoms or something. It doesn't matter if you get oil on. And you keep the oil on for 15. Sorry, I keep losing you. You keep the oil on for 15 minutes, right? And let it absorb. And then shower oil off and stay warm while the oil is on the body, and try not to leave it on for longer than that because it's being absorbed. If we leave it on for too long, it will clog the channels. If we're cold, the channels close, and then again it clogs or it's not absorbed properly. All right. And so then we shower the oil off. Also, maybe you don't want to put the oil in the morning on the soles of your feet for safety reasons, at least. But in the night, it's really a nice practice to make that part of your Dinacharya, to oil the feet with a warm sesame oil. And you can also oil the temples and oil this third eye point as you sit on your bed before you sleep. So that's the Dinacharya. It's a lot. I think we can do it if we set up like this, everything ready for the morning, very nicely, hassle-free. And one thing I forgot is the hot water. Drinking hot water on waking before you have your breakfast is also part of Dinacharya. For Vata types, you want to drink warm water, okay, so boiled warm water, about a lot, maybe a really large glass full, maybe 750 milliliters even if you can manage it, so maybe 2 large glasses before you eat, because Vata is very dry. For Pitta, maybe less water, okay, and maybe more like room temperature or lukewarm, not so hot because Pitta is already hot. So maybe 500 mils of water, okay. And then Kapha, that already has water element as part of the constitution, a major part of the constitution, and also Kapha can hold water, and Kapha is not dehydrated because it can hold water, but also Kapha is a cold type, so Kapha needs less water but hotter. So maybe like 350 mils hot water, drink that on an empty stomach. So there's the Dinacharya. Clean the tongue, go to the toilet, clean the tongue, clean the mouth, clean the eyes, clean the nose every now and again, a few times a week. Oil eyes, nose, ears, okay. Oil the whole body. Drink your hot water maybe while the oil is absorbed. You could do your alternate nostril breathing while the oil is absorbed and then shower off. And then in the night, maybe you massage warm oil on your feet, on your temples, on the third eye. It's a lot to take in. Don't worry, I will give you the written instructions as well. And any questions, of course, just drop me a line, message the group for the program, or I'll leave my contact details in the description. You can contact me via those. All right. Have fun with it. Namaste.